Shout out to myself for ending the just chatting streak that I had going for what, a week at this point. It would have been a week, but yesterday happened, so hey guys, hi Star. Is that chat too small? I mean, I don't mind having it take up the whole side of the screen on my just chatting scene, but let me know. Anyways, hey, we're wearing my Mickey Mouse shirt. You can't tell because my hair is black, but it's got Mickey Mouse on it. So we're chilling today. I can't see, now I can. Hi. So I was going to play Among Us again today and hopefully play with my nieces this time, but I decided I didn't want to. So we're here now and doing this. So I will oh my god, wait, I just remembered I have to do something. Hold, because I saw Corey's message about the tweet and it reminded me that I had to do something on Twitter right now, so just give me a moment. I have to do something to save my sanity. So let's just go and mute this person. Let's go. Alright, well, now I can go on Twitter. Alright, cool. So hi everybody. We got Pedro, we got Emmy, we got Corey, we got Josh, we got Star, we got Todd. Hello everybody. What it do, how it be? I did just mute somebody on Twitter. I didn't tweet or anything. I just muted somebody on Twitter because I want to save my sanity, and I don't want to be sad anymore. So Yeah. Am I willing to commit to the unfollow yet? No, I'm not. However, it might be happening. So look forward to it. Don't. It's my own thing. Hi. Today we are looking through Reddit. Now here's the thing, okay? I'm not an avid user of Twitter, okay? Not Twitter. God. I'm not an avid user of Reddit. That's what I wanted to say. Also, hey guys. I don't use Reddit often at all. The only thing that I would ever use it for is LSF, though when I not when I first made my account, but when I first started kind of using it, I found this interesting sub that was Am I the meanie? That's what we're gonna call it. Am I the meanie? And I found it and I was reading them. I was like, oh my god, this is actually really interesting and like something that I would actually probably use, because oftentimes I do feel like a meanie for the things that I do, and I would like to get, you know, other people's outside opinions. So, exactly, Pedro, exactly. Um, now I did actually, way back when, oh, thanks, Todd. No, I don't want to chat. So, last year at one point, I did do, not last year, 2019 at one point, I did do I had a point where I streamed LSF, and not a single person showed up to that stream. So what I did, to avoid it from being saved anywhere, the second I saw I was at 0 viewers, literally 0 viewers, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna end my stream now, delete the VOD immediately, and just never tell anybody I went live. You know, delete the going live notification, all that stuff. It was just gone. No trace of me going live. But we're not doing LSF today. Last year, I meant 2019. I feel like we're still in 2020. This year hits diff, you know? So, I also don't have it set up yet, my Chrome thing, because I was going to the bathroom when I said that I was getting prepped, so that way, you know, whatever. So, let me set up the thing. My face cam is not showing. Okay, face cam would be fine in the top right, I believe, for Reddit. So we're gonna go there. This here is Limbo, I swear. It is! It's so weird. We are stuck. We absolutely are. Whenever I have to write the date for things too, I get really confused. Because I'm like, I know it's not 2020, but that feels so incorrect, you know? Alright, okay, is it upside down? It's not upside down. So, by the way, you guys are, capable of contributing to the conversation here as well. I'm gonna move chat over here. For this. Last year went so slow, this year going by fast. Yeah. Well, I think both have gone by pretty fast for me, and I think that once August comes around this year, I think it's gonna start going by pretty slowly for me. Because since I'm taking a semester off of college, I feel like it's gonna be like, well, I know I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'm not actually doing it. So it's gonna feel, you know, super slow. I don't know. 2020 felt so long. 2020 feels like it's flying by unnoticed. Yeah, in a way. All right, so my friends, we are going to be reading through some of these posts, and I see that it's cut off slightly, so I will keep that in mind. You guys also get to contribute to the decision-making process. So we're going to be reading it and deciding how we feel. And so here are the meanings of the things. We're not gonna go with this one because Twitch polls only allow 4 options. So we're gonna go with these first 4 here. So I will remind you guys afterwards, because we will be doing polls after each of them, and I will be reading them to you, like I said. But yeah, we'll be doing polls. They'll last a minute, and you guys can make this choice. So I will remind you of these over here. I will show it to you. Yeah, this is the best subreddit. I agree, Pafo. Also, welcome. I enjoy reading this. That quote alone is making the best. What quote? Oh god, did I say something? I don't know what's happening. Anyways, let's go. This one I already read, but I want to read it to you. Oh, yeah, see. Is that good? It is good. Can you guys read it? I can zoom in if you can't read it. Not enough info doesn't. Oh, gotcha. Okay. There you go, Star. That works, yeah. Can pretty clearly. Perfect. Alright. So I already read this one. I already know the outcome of it. Outcome. This was just on my, what do you call it on Reddit? Is it like your main page? I don't know. It was there because I got bored after playing Overwatch, and so I went on Reddit, and I was like, oh my god, wait, this could be actually, like, I could make content. Feed, yeah, that. So, it was here. Okay, now we read. Ignore my cursor. Am I the meanie for wearing too much sunscreen and ruining the picnic? Sorry for the confusing title. Obligatory. Sorry for the formatting. I'm on mobile. In my 20 country, we are allowed to have outdoor gatherings in small groups. I met up with 3 friends for a picnic. The only one relevant enough to need a fake name is Anna, who is 20 and a female. It is not that hot yet, but we were out in the sun, so about halfway through the picnic, I reapplied sunscreen. The conversation went like this. Anna. Wow, OP, you must burn really easily. Me. Actually, I tend to tan. I'm just being cautious. I wish I hadn't said this. Edit. I've seen some confusion about this. What I meant was just that I tend to tan, not burn, and that I was being cautious about my health. I didn't mean that I don't want to be tan, though I can see how it can come off this way. My only reason for the sunscreen was for health reasons. I would be fine with having a tan otherwise. The conversation moved on, but Anna seemed increasingly annoyed. Glaring at me, muttering things under her breath, the whole deal. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and asked her what her deal was. She said that I was like a racist old person with a I never know how to say this word. Parasol? Whatever. Who was desperate not to look like another race. I was honestly so shocked I didn't know what to say. For context, I'm white and Anna is South Asian. None of our other friends were saying anything, so I tried to laugh it off by saying, I just like looking like a vampire, I guess. Edit. This was meant as a joke to diffuse the situation. She did not take this well. Anna went on a long, angry rant about how my desire to have light skin is definitely based on race. Edit. I don't have a desire to have light skin. I just have a desire to not have skin cancer. I should be ashamed of myself, and she couldn't believe she was friends with a racist. I snapped at this point, especially since my other friends still weren't saying anything. I swore at her, called her an idiot, and told her that I lost my grandfather to skin cancer and have been told by my doctor to use sunscreen to decrease my risk. I also told her to lose my number and left nearly in tears. This has caused a rift in our friend group, and I received calls telling me I ruined the picnic, our first proper outing in over a year. My friends think that race is a sensitive topic, and that while Anna overreacted, I should have just laughed it off rather than brought up my grandfather and ruined the picnic. I'm starting to think they're right, and I could have handled it better. So, am I the meanie? Definitely getting info vibes. You're getting info vibes? Info is not an option, my friend. So, I will run the poll, and I will also let you guys know what I think, after the poll has been, shared. Info is not an option. We are not saying info. YTA, NTA, ESH, and nah. I could put info, but I'm not gonna put info. There's no reason to. I don't know if I put that for 2 minutes or 1. It's looking like 1, so let me know. Yes, info means that you need more information. But wait about. I have a Discord ping. It's from Sammy. I have to burp. Okay, so everyone basically looks like they're coming to an agreement, except for one person, whoever went for none here. So I definitely agree with the majority here and say that OP is not. However, well, okay, Todd. So yeah, and most of the responses and the replies say that they're not. So yeah, but I also agree. The poor person was just trying to vibe, trying to Yes, Zach. That's why I had the key up. Everybody, hey, that's why, because it's the first one, so I want people to know what it means. That's why I have the key up. Anyways, just open stream, welcome, Zach. So yeah, I would say that they're not, and most of the comments agree. They make some very, very valid points, but the most important ones were these two right here. So, the rest are kind of, you know. Okay, Corey, if you heard this story, let's say I told you this story about a situation that I went through, then I would like to hear if you think that I was in the wrong or if the other person was in the wrong. That's basically what it is. But yeah, so most people say that. Yeah. Well, that was the first one, and successful, I'd say. They're mostly in agreement here, so good stuff. All right. Oh, Todd, no. Flip these two. Because I'm not putting it in that order. I'm putting YTA, NTA first. YTA, then NTA. Just... Okay. Next up, this one. Oh, this one's short. Okay. Am I the meanie for not sharing my money saved for a school trip between my siblings? Doesn't matter, yes. My 16 female class missed out on our school trip this year because of the pandemic. It happens. But they promised us next year we would get it as a makeup. I started saving when this was confirmed back in April. I don't have it all saved, but I have a good portion started. My parents both lost their jobs due to the pandemic. They're currently in other jobs, but making far less. This means less money than before. Pair that with they already struggle to afford 5 kids. Oh god. And the fact I was always made... The fact that I always take the hits, so my siblings wouldn't go without, and well, it's now a reality that they can't afford 4 school trips. My parents found out I had saved for mine and told me if I shared it all out between my younger siblings, they could all go on their trips and I would be a good sister. I said no, that they could figure something out or they could teach them to take one for the team like I always had to. My 13-year-old sister heard everything, told the others, and now everyone in the house is saying I should give it to my siblings and that I'm mean and selfish for not. This will be my first class trip since I was 7. I actually get to go because I work now and can save for it myself. I know it's hurting my siblings' feelings, but I feel like I deserve something good too. Am I the meanie? Okay. This one's interesting. Oh boy. Okay. Is she the oldest? I'm assuming that she is. My assumption is that she is. So I'm gonna send this one for 2 minutes so that we can think about it and make your choices. I think I formed my opinion, but so I'm gonna let you guys make your choices. Everyone is seeming to agree so far, but I'm not sure if anybody... Okay, this song is a little bit aggressive. I'm going to pass it. No offense. Dance Gavin Dance. I'm pretty sure that is a song that Pedro liked and asked me what it was. But... Alright. Most of us are in agreement. I also agree. It isn't? Okay. So, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they are, in the wrong here. I think the whole family is, though there could be external things, this is the info we were given, so our assumptions can be made off of that. Now, the person who said everyone sucks here, let me know why you think that. I'd like to hear that, since I see everybody else agrees, but... she worked for the money, the family's being greedy. I agree. Thing is, they're saying they always take hits. I just don't know what kind of hits from what we got. Okay. I could assume it's just being the older sibling, I can't really speak on that because I'm the youngest, but I know that my brother went through a lot. My oldest brother went through a lot growing up that I didn't have to. So he's kind of like, I wouldn't say, okay, the older children are usually not the test children, but like the parents' first shot at being a parent, so they make a lot of mistakes and stuff. So you work for your money, you earn that money, no questions asked. I agree. Hard to say what the levels of necessity, yeah. When is money? It's your decision, but you made the money yourself and it's your choice. True. Asking for money from your child to give to another, unless dire. Exactly. I agree completely. I'm going to assume we're gonna say NTA here. NTA. What kind of lesson are your parents trying to teach you? True. That if you work hard and save your money patiently for something you really want, you can give it to someone else. Get the pandemic was hard on everyone. Your parents are in a bind, but taking your money isn't the answer. Very, very good. This person got whatever this red outline is saying NTA to discourage your younger siblings from getting jobs, set you up for a lifetime of donating. Very true. Role modeling. Exactly. That's a good point. Cap. And yes, that's this guy at the top. I agree there too. Gotcha, Corey. Only time my dad ever asked me is to trade a 20 for $21 bills. Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. Alright, well, that one's most of these, I don't know. I can't say that most of these are NTA, because I've seen some pretty rough ones. Someone other than the person with, I love this comment so much I paid, okay. Okay, so just like the stickers and everything. Like, I know what the stickers mean, I just didn't know what the highlight meant. So, that makes sense. Another story, very, yeah, exactly. Gotcha, Zach, okay. It was kind of my decider. Had it been living expenses? Yeah. Yeah, an expensive sticker. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Next up, this one might be controversial. We'll see. Okay. Oh god, the fake name they gave is Billy. I'm not talking about my dad when I discuss this one. Just letting you know. Am I the meanie for insinuating a child is in fact not potty trained? Okay, wait, Josh said. From a standpoint of having money, it's not theirs and they shouldn't have it, but I also know that it's hard to raise a lot of kids. Bad message to give to your children. Saving does nothing. Something about either you going or your 4 younger siblings. Yeah. It's kind of like an ultimatum, but not exactly, you know? Give it another name? It's whatever. I call my dad Bill, not Billy. Okay. If anyone from my job ever finds my Reddit account, lol, lol. Alright, so, from my past 2 posts, if you've seen them, I don't. I haven't. I work at an expensive childcare facility at a gym. We have stickers to add to a child's back with different colors that mean different things. One child, Billy, who's 5, has literally pooped in his pants 4 times here and twice in the corners of rooms he sneaks off to do his business. My supervisor instructed me to add a blue sticker, which means the child is still potty training and we need to ask them more than normal if they need to use the bathroom. While trying to add the sticker to his back, the mom asked what it meant, and after I explained, she snapped at me and said her child is potty trained and to take it off. I apologized and told her since he had a frequent amount of accidents in the past couple weeks, we wanted to add the sticker so all our workers would ask him if he needed to go to the bathroom more than usual. She said he was potty trained and just didn't like our bathroom, and it was our job to clean up after him, and we were trying to take the easy way out. She said we were making her son a target for bullying, even though we explained the children 1, don't really care about the stickers, and 2, don't know what they mean. Am I the meanie for telling her that because he had so many incidents, my supervisor has said we need to add the potty training sticker for extra precaution? This one I said was going to be controversial, but this is very, very easy, but I'm going to ask anyways and see what you guys think. And what's the last one? Nah, okay, cool. And we'll set it to 1 minute, start the poll. Send your opinions, my friends. Yeah, that would suck. Oh, man. I remember actually one time it wasn't expensive, but I was in, I did get to go to daycare when my mom went to her gym, and I have some like some very very weird memories from it. Like it's not like weird experiences, but like I can close my eyes and imagine it, and those are like my earliest memories. And I remember watching Care Bears in there one time, and oh man, it's just so weird to think about. The fact she denies it, yeah. Helicopter parent, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Everyone's saying NTA. I can predict that everyone here says NTA. You know it leads to bullying. I did not mean to click out of it. Let's open that up again. My bad. I forgot that Reddit changed that. They said, still pooping your pants at age 6. That does lead to bullying, and they're not gonna learn unless, you know, they actually get trained. Imagine telling someone who takes care of basically kindergarten kids that they need to take care of the- Exactly, dude. God. Yeah, okay. I'd speak with the manager, then call the parents down to clean it up. It's unacceptable, put it back on the parents. That would be something. Yeah, they're 5. Yeah, had a strict rule that parents got pulled out of class off the treadmill out of their training appointments to come change a diaper or clean an accident. That's, yeah. Honestly, dude, that would actually, like, help her realize, you know? And I want to bet if they did that, she'd be like, that is not from my child. Billy didn't do that. That's not Billy's. That's Amanda's. 100% bet that. And that, you know what? That might lead to her getting bullied. Sure. Teach your kid. The kid won't get bullied. You take the hit for your kid. You know? I don't know. That's, just go clean it, man. Being a biohazard is hurting the other kids. Facts. Exactly, Zag. Exactly. Yeah. Dude. Terrible. This one was 6 hours ago, but we'll read it. It only has one little, oh, it has 2. Hugs and silver. I know what silver is. I don't know why I had to hover over it. Learning slowly, you need to have more progress. Yeah, exactly. Worked with kids like that, still having issues like that is an issue that needs to be dealt with by the parents immediately. Absolutely. Okay, this one is long, so we're gonna read it. Am I the meanie for telling my niece the truth about her adoption? Okay, I can imagine this. Potentially. Well, she's 48 and the... Okay, we'll read it anyway. Alright, so. I, 48 female, have 2 wonderful children, my adoptive daughter Kelly, 16 female, and biological daughter Amy, 14 female. Okay. Growing up, I always knew I wanted children, but was always on the fence about a lasting romantic partnership, so once I was more established, I decided to look into adoption. Because I was going to be a single parent, it was a rough process for me, so I was ecstatic when my sister, 42 female, approached me about adopting her unborn baby. For the sake of clarity, I contacted a lawyer and drew up adoption papers that I wanted my sister to sign, but she was always putting it off, saying that while she intended to give up the baby, it was still hard. Eventually, I decided to give her space, but was still paying for everything. After my niece Claire, 19 female, was born, I was so happy to take her home, but after 3 months, my sister said that she and the father got back together and wanted their daughter back. Things did not go down well, and since she was the biological mother, legally, she had every right to change her mind, and our parents were on her side. Eventually, she was able to legally get her daughter back, and I was crushed and insulted when she asked me for all of her baby stuff. I let her keep some of the stuff as a gift to my niece, but told my sister that this would be the last thing that I ever gave her in help with the baby, and that I wasn't going to be an ATM for her. I didn't see or speak to my sister or parents for 2 years and was in therapy. It was a long process, but I was able to be a mom again when I adopted Kelly. She has given me so much joy, and I wanted nothing but the best for her, so I put her in private schools, paid for extracurricular activities, and took her overseas a lot. I didn't think my life could get any better until I accidentally got pregnant with Amy. In spite of being on the fence about kids, Amy's father really stepped up and we have a very good co-parenting relationship. He's even taken Kelly under his wing and is planning on including her in his will. I was able to reconnect with my parents over time, and while my sister and I are on better terms, it will never be close as we once were. Now that Claire is older, she's been visiting me a lot more since her school is in the same state as me, and one day, while I was cleaning out the attic, I didn't realize that her old adoption papers were still up, and Claire managed to get a hold of them. She never knew about the adoption, and when she confronted, I admitted that for the first 3 months of her life, I was her legal guardian. I thought it would be a no big deal sort of thing until my sister called me raging that I turned her daughter against her. Apparently, Claire was always jealous of Kelly and Amy's lives was always jealous of Kelly and Amy's lives were, I don't know, and feels cheated out of having a better life. Claire is not speaking to her mom, who thinks I did this all on purpose, and my parents believe that I shouldn't have said anything or just lied. Am I the meanie? I think ETA is edit. I don't know. I don't think it was a big deal because Claire seemed surprised and was very calm throughout the whole situation and didn't give me any indication that this upset her, which is why my sister calling was so shocking to me. Plus, her mom fought to get her back and had Claire before her first birthday. For the skeptics who think that this was a revenge plot nearly 20 years in the making, I admit for the first couple of years I couldn't throw away the adoption papers because a part of me was in denial. So my therapist recommended that I keep them, but just put it away somewhere, and then we would revisit getting rid of them. Between that time and now, I've moved around at least twice, and the papers got lost in the shuffle somewhere. I knew I still had them somewhere, but couldn't really remember where, and then Claire got a hold of them. Reddit users with stable lives and relationships, stop reading and move on to the next one. Good one. So this one's a little rough here. I'm gonna send the poll for 2 minutes while I think about it. And that one. This one will be for 2 minutes, so you guys can take the 2 minutes and think. A little weird. On one hand, the parents basically kept a secret from her for her life. On the other hand, the reason from the kid isn't the best. Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Oh man, I gotta think. I'm gonna turn oh, you guys are kind of agreeing. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. It's kind of distracting a little bit. Claire seems ungrateful. I need to remember who Claire is. So Claire is the niece. Okay, alright. You're kind of right, Star. I agree. Yeah, she's working out in the beginning, but worked out those issues. In general, she only had the kid for 3 months. True. Don't know how much to be hidden off. Rip, but this kid... Yeah. I agree, yeah. They're wondering they find the papers. There's not a lot to be done. Would be worse to lie. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that I don't think that OP is in the wrong here. Definitely the solution was not to lie, so I'm grateful that they didn't. Claire's mother signing adoption papers and wanting the child back. Yeah, so that one's a little bit rough to talk about because she was unsure, and I want to go back here for a second. Because I was going to be a single parent, it was a rough process. So her sister approached her first. At least that's what she's saying. So the sister approached her first about it, which is why I think that the sister is a little sus. In a way, right? So... because she was on the fence about it, but she approached her about it anyway, so it was her idea. It was the sister's idea, and then she didn't want to tell her daughter that it happened. It's an origin story, you know? Yeah, true, Zag. Being a parent is a hard thing, and I completely get that she wasn't prepared for it. True. And for it to feel like both are excusable. I think they have rights to be upset about it on both sides. True. Absolutely. Claire probably the other 2 kids, but that's just life and being jealous of your friend's life. Exactly. Yeah, so I think OP is not bad. It's really, really rough here for Claire. Claire overreacted, I believe, because, you know, she was jealous of their lives and feels cheated out of having a better life. But there's nothing you can do about it, you know? And she's, you know, she's an adult now, so she can do whatever, right? How old is she? Claire's 19 right now, so. So fast is wild, but I don't think the sister is the bad guy completely, either of them. The sister wanted likely hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of baby stuff that her own. Yeah, that's true, Emmy. Oh man. Kid. True, Zag. Yeah, we don't like the kid here. We don't like Claire. Claire was able to say, no, I want to stay with you. Exactly. Exactly. Action seems kind of reasonable. Imagine finding out your parents gave you away. True, but also it's kind of a situation I feel like you can't really feel. Oh God, how do I say this? I'm not okay. Here's the thing. From an outside perspective, because this isn't my life, at least from my knowledge, this isn't what I'm going through, and I've never gone through this, but I feel like, what was I going to say? Finding out your parents gave you away. That's the chat message that reminded me. So it's if it's like straight out of birth, you know, straight out of the, I was gonna say cooter, and you're given to somebody, it's not personal. It's not a personal thing, and it's probably for the best for you. It's the best for you. They're trying to provide you with a good life. We don't know. I'm not sure if the reason her sister wanted her to adopt was because of a lack of financial stability or just an inability to raise a kid, or if because she felt bad for her sister wanting, you know, not, or what did she say? She was on the fence about a lasting romantic partnership, so she felt bad about that and wanted to give her sister the baby. You don't really know here, but true, Josh. Excusable position, ain't mad at her, wasn't an angel, but I get her feelings on it. Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's hard to take that personally. I mean, it's easy to take it personally, but you shouldn't, because they're not giving you away, or not giving you away, they're not putting you up for adoption to your sister because you're a really annoying baby or anything, you know? It's because they probably wanted to provide you with a better life. I don't think it's, you know, personal. You're right, Josh. Exactly, Zach, but I feel like Claire was taking it personally, especially because she feels cheated out of having a better life. You know? Todd, that is the least of my worries at the moment. Thank you, though. Learning about having needed a kid can shake you up, big deal or not. I think she had the right to a reaction, just gotta heal with time, yeah. Especially because this is probably a new development. It'll take her some time, so we'll see. You know, we probably won't hear from this person for a while, but, you know. Alright, let's see. I'll see what the world thinks. Claire, yes. Not the meanie. Claire's 19 years old, and you told her the truth. Your sister was allowed to change her mind way back when, and you had to deal with it. So now that her daughter knows the truth, sister can deal with it. True. Lying does nobody any favors. Very true. Okay, good. This person, she's an adult. Okay, well, I don't know about that one. Yeah, it is pretty important. I feel like it's she was 19, yeah. No, wait. Claire is now 19. Claire finding out about this is 19. Yes. Your sister had every opportunity to explain to her daughter the first 3 months of her life. True. Didn't intentionally put the papers in her face. True. Truth be told, it was a painful part of your past as well. True. Sister doesn't get to rage. I feel like it should have been approached a different way, for sure, but since it did happen, you kind of got to make do with what you got, you know? Only person who has the right to rage is you. Apparently your sister never quite grew up. The last couple points are kind of interesting, but Found out at 19 and is still mad about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it happened very recently, so yeah. Imagine, you know, that's her actual daughter, Star. So, the thing of being calm at first and then flipping it was a little sketch. If you're gonna make someone feel like you're gonna be fine, yeah. 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 So, should we explain to your child that they're adopted so the shock doesn't, yeah. Situation where she should be explaining to your child that at a certain point she straight up didn't want her. Well, I don't know if we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Was that number even mentioned in the post? 19? Yeah, Claire, 19. Sorry. My niece, Claire, 19, female. Yeah. 12? No. Kelly is her, daughter, adopted daughter, and Amy is her 14-year-old biological daughter. All the homies hate Claire, yeah. So did I, Zach. I really was like, yeah, this one might be controversial. Okay. Okay, there you have it. So, NTA, my friends. Okay, let's go for this one. Alright, this one's a little short. I'm gonna pronounce this Leah, not Leia. So, don't yell at me. Don't know much about babies, but aren't the first 3 months the growing up annoying parts? Annoying months. Ages 1 to 3 are probably, or not 1, 0 to 3 are probably the most annoying. But they're also the most crucial, you know? So, yeah, first 3 months are a little rough. It's mostly just dealing with the poops and the throw-ups and all that. That's what the first 3 months are basically. 0 to 18. Yeah! I'm not annoying anymore, right? So, okay. Let's go. Am I the meanie for telling my aunt her favoritism is the big problem when she was going off about me letting my cousin move in? So, my cousin Janie, 18 female, moved in with me, 20 female, about 2.5 months ago. Janie's mom is my maternal aunt, and my mom and I'm gonna pronounce it aunt. We're close, always. So I grew up around Janie and her sister Leah, 14 female. My aunt favored Leah pretty heavily most of their lives. Most of the adults kind of shrugged it off as Janie being older. But I noticed some things, like how my aunt made a bigger deal out of Leah's birthdays, or how her gifts were always so much better, how she was afforded more luxury in her life, and Janie got the short end of the stick. Leah's birthdays, and not getting to go someplace if Leah couldn't go. I don't know what they were trying to say there. One time I had a spare ticket to a movie. I asked if Janie could come. The movie was too old for Leah, so my aunt said no. My aunt would also get annoyed if Janie spent more time with me or the other cousins over Leah. She blew up at her mom a couple of months ago and moved out, and I took her in. A month ago, my aunt ended up in a small accident and spent a couple of nights in the hospital. She asked Janie to stay with Leah and to take care of her. Janie said no. She said to get someone who cared to watch her precious baby because she was living her own life away from the two of them. This caused upset, and then my aunt found out Janie was living with me. What followed was 2 weeks of her texting and calling with demands I make her move out. I ignored them, and then at our grandpa's house, my aunt went off on me for letting Janie move in and keeping her moved in when after Janie said she didn't care about her own sister. I retaliated with maybe things would be different if she hadn't shown such obvious favoritism, and she really shouldn't be shocked Janie resents Leah and doesn't want to help with her after everything. She blew up again and called me a meanie and said I had no right to judge and I had no idea what I was talking about. I reminded her I grew up around it all, so I saw stuff. My mom thinks I should apologize and stay out of it. Am I the meanie? No. I'm gonna say right off the bat, absolutely not. However, she has tried to stay out of it, but the aunt is kind of the one who brought her into it, so she should be, you know. It was a very hard read, I agree. We even need a poll. I'm gonna do a poll, yeah, but I'm gonna make it a minute long. Sorry, I had to remember what the acronyms were. We'll find one, hopefully. We'll see. I won't stop until we find one. How about that? Okay. Probably under controversial, true. I'll go to controversial ones and I'll see. Everyone says not. Okay. If not streams, we need to do this in calls. Yeah. Impromptu 24-hour stream. There's no way I make it through this whole subreddit and not get one. I've seen plenty. Alright, so everyone's saying not. This person is also saying not. You're a good cousin, absolutely. But I agree with not getting involved with the aunt. Go block her. Exactly. Nothing to gain by communicating with her. Do not apologize. This one says do not apologize. Stay out of it to some extent. Yes, but don't apologize. Yes. Kick her out to teach her a lesson so she has nowhere else to teach her a lesson so she has nowhere else to go but back there. Janie has said it before, she'd rather be homeless. Yeah, no, we don't wanna do that. Or just read or watch Karen stuff just so you can laugh at them. Yeah. Maybe biased, but I think that the parent is in the wrong partially. It's really easy to slip into favoritism when parenting it because it starts as just loving your kid and then subconsciously becomes a helicopter situation and favoritism. I know it's not good regardless, but I also understand why she's doing it. I understand both sides. Here's my thing, okay? Let me just make sure that I understand it. Janie's mom is my maternal aunt, and my mom and aunt were close. So Janie and Leah are sisters, so her aunt and went to sit in the living room with my plate. My boyfriend came out to talk to me, and I was trying to tell him that it's fine, everyone can have dinner, and that we can continue to talk afterwards. His sister comes storming out of the dining room, fuming about how I ruined such a nice dinner and I was being a meanie for not letting her brother eat his food. Which, by the way, I never said he couldn't eat his dinner. Sorry about the dog. She called me a bunch of names and basically said I insulted her parents by walking out from the dinner table and that her brother deserved to be with someone that let him eat whatever he wanted to. She ended her rant by saying to my boyfriend, "You should have known better than to date an Indian." I was practically crying at this point because I felt responsible for ruining their dinner. My boyfriend told his sister off, and we left. His parents never even came out of the dining room to say goodbye. Edit. Yeah, you guys can't see it. To everyone asking why I can't watch people eat beef, it's because the smell is very off-putting to me, so as long as I'm not in super close proximity with someone eating beef, I'm okay. I only moved to the States about 3 years back, half of which was spent in quarantine, so I haven't had to deal with many situations like this. I'm trying to get used to it to avoid anything in the future. Alright, so I think we know the answer to it, but we're gonna put the poll in anyways, and see what you guys think. I put Utah. That's not what we want. Alright. Yeah, so, I'm voting on this one too. I'm definitely gonna say not the meanie here. Definitely not. We definitely know that the sister is. Sensitivity should be taken seriously, and so should religion. Everything she stands for. Yeah, that one's rough. Let's see. Everyone sucks here. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Let's see this one. Okay. His sister is obviously the worst. She is racist, probably pulled this stunt on purpose. Yes. That being said, OP, you need to find a better way to cope. I say this as an Indian American and vegetarian. My Indian parents are super strict vegetarians, and there was no difference between chicken and beef in my house. It was all meat and all unacceptable. My parents struggled in mixed company because of their hardline stance. Among their vegetarian friends, it's great. Among non-vegetarians, it can be uncomfortable and rude at mealtimes. You are alienating people with your behavior. What you did was super rude. To go to someone's home as a guest and then take your plate to another room because you can't stand to watch them eat is beyond the pale rude. What if you are at work lunch and someone orders a steak, or even with just friends? No one likes to be shamed for just eating their food. What you did shamed them. That's why you didn't come out to say goodbye to you. You embarrassed them when they were hosting you. First time for a head or a meeting, there's no way they'd know. It's the boyfriends and the sisters for not informing the parents of her religious practices. Okay, maybe I'm off base. Yeah, I get that, Josh. Yeah. Honestly, really curious how the parents felt. True. Unusual. Sister specifically went out of her way. Yeah. So I would say that the sister, definitely. The parents, we don't know if they were informed or not, so it's a little bit rough there. I would hope that the boyfriend did his duty. You know, if you're having food with a family and you know that someone has dietary restrictions, you can kind of, it's not the same as an allergy, but I would kind of imagine it's the same. Not the same, it's very similar to being an allergy. It's just, I can't eat this, and I'm not going to eat this, and I don't like it when people eat this. Ah, God, this one's tough. Yes, Todd, I agree. Problem issues being biased on the whole vegetarian front. It's been intentionally a couple of times. Yeah, gotcha. Doesn't sound like he did, yeah. It's their food, their tradition. Saying that it's bad is straight up disrespectful. Meanwhile, their lack of communication, yes. Doubt they'd cook stuff. And she said she's allergic to meat instead of I choose to not eat it, yeah. And it sounds like he said make her chicken instead and stop there. Probably. We don't really know there. Disrespectfully, I have a hard time with the smell. It was a horrible decision of the sister. Yeah. Definitely the sister sucks here. Absolutely. Sister's the way she is isn't too far off a stone to say that the boyfriend might be a bit dense. I don't know. It seems like he's being really, I mean, he's trying to be respectful about it, you know, and he not ditched his sister, but he didn't want to make his girlfriend uncomfortable. I feel like his priority lies with his girlfriend in this case, which is why it's really interesting that he didn't not go an extra mile, but like do his due diligence, like you said. Well, I don't know. Obviously, it seems the parents weren't embarrassed because she went to a different room. Very much could have just been confusion, embarrassment from their daughter. The daughter definitely didn't feel embarrassed. She definitely was like, she was probably just sitting there like, why would she leave? That's kind of disrespectful, you know? I can picture that. Consider it, seemed purish at the very least, yeah. His heart was in the right place, yeah, for sure. So I think, I would say that the OP could have gone about it a different way. Though she tried to be respectful by leaving, I think, oh god, but then it could have caused an argument. How would you guys have gone about this situation? I know it's really hard to put yourself in this other person's shoes, but if you can imagine it, what do you think that you would do in this case if you were OP? Sister sucks. The reason her plan was pulled off in the first place was because of lack of yes. Someone does something weird, like leave the room. They're still a guest, so unless they outright insulted you, you don't yell at them, for sure. Could have explained it in the heat of the moment with her horrible anxiety. I don't blame. Yeah. She politely excused herself, but I don't know what she specifically said. Yeah. Leaving is the best way she could have done. Ask the boyfriend why there was steak. Yeah, so personally being a an anxious person myself, if I was in this situation, which I would never be put in this situation because I, I know my boyfriend's family pretty well. I mean, I haven't met them, but I know them and I know that they're respectful. So I don't think I'd ever be put in this situation. However, if I was, being the anxious individual that I am, I probably would have turned to him and been like, wait, I'm the only one eating chicken. If they have beef, I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? And I would hope that the okay, Todd, I would hope that my boyfriend would speak up for me, you know, because it's his family, okay? And I feel like it's kind of his job, not his job, but it this is, I need to find the words for this. I feel like he should be capable of speaking up for me, especially in his own home, or at least with his own family. I feel like he should be capable of approaching them and being like, hey, by the way, this is important to Hunter, so please, try your best to do this for me, kind of thing, you know?
Hunter.
He should have been the one to tell them. Yeah, he man, it's tough. I definitely feel like we're never going to hear the other side. Probably we're never gonna hear what the boyfriend, you know, if the boyfriend even said anything to the parents or what. But yeah. Humanity's hard, it is. I know it's not a choice, like vegetarianism, but I don't eat fish because it makes me dizzy. Whenever Dad's family cooks fish and I'm not with them, I stay at the dinner table, don't eat, and then figure out a way to eat. Yeah. Yeah, Pedro, that's probably something I would do too. And, I don't know, I think most people that provide me with food know that I'm a picky eater. So in that case, you know, they are aware. And if I always ask what's for dinner beforehand so that I can provide for myself and let them know, hey, I'm probably not going to be participating, I'm probably not going to be eating it, and I don't want you to, you know, make extra food for me because I'm probably not going to eat it. My protein source is not chicken nuggets. I haven't had chicken nuggets since yesterday at Wendy's, but I also had a burger, so... That's interesting. I didn't get to see the whole poll results, but I'm pretty sure we went NTA here, for the most part. Let's see, let's find another first post here. My god. Okay, here we go. Everyone. Okay. Boyfriend didn't explain the issue clearly. Boyfriend's sister lacks empathy and understanding. You can't run away from social events where red meat is served. Even if you only date or marry within your religion, presumably you'll eat with... yeah. Too old to behave so ungraciously. Okay, well that's kind of an attack, but... let's see. 21. Yeah. That's a good ESH. Yeah. If I were any pickier about food, I might just call myself a vegetarian. Well, there you go. Nice, Josh. Have fun. Partially yes, partially no. Okay, well, there you have it. That one was controversial. Hey! I'm not gonna read this one. I'm not, you know, it looks like it's probably interesting, but I'm not gonna read it. We're not gonna read this one because it already has flair. Okay, this one looks interesting. Oh no! Oh, too bad. Okay. Ooh, this one's about in-laws. In-laws are always an interesting topic here, so we're gonna read this. She was being a bit ignorant. I think lots of both the girlfriend, both OP and the sister were being ignorant there. So, gotcha. Okay, let's go. Am I the meanie for asking my in-laws to stay in a hotel? More like in-laws, good one. Okay. My husband got a call from his mother that his grandfather is in poor health and will be going into hospice care. My husband has not seen or spoken to his grandfather since he was 15. He is now 38. He also has a very shaky relationship with his parents and talks to them maybe once or twice a month. I do not get along at all with my in-laws, specifically my mother-in-law and sister-in-law. My mother-in-law makes extremely passive-aggressive comments towards me, does not like the fact that I work and do not stay at home, and constantly tries to put me down. My sister-in-law has told me numerous times that she does not like me and that her brother could have done better for himself than settling with me. Our house is about 4 hours from my husband's grandfather. My in-laws live about 14 hours away in another state, so they told my husband that while he is in hospice, they would use our house as a base camp to go back and forth. They didn't ask my husband, they just told him, and he said that he could not answer them until he discussed it with me first. I told my husband that I was not comfortable with them staying here, that they would expect me to entertain them while they are here, and I cannot do that since I work from home. I suggested that they stay in the extended stay hotel downtown since we do not know how long they will be here for. My husband agreed and called mother-in-law back to let her know that they could maybe stay for one night, but it would be best for them to stay at the hotel. Mother-in-law flipped out and immediately blamed me and called me cold and callous. My sister-in-law sent me an extremely nasty text message that pretty much said she hoped that the same thing happens to someone I care about, so she can treat me the same way I treated them. My husband said that maybe we should just let them stay with us since this is so difficult for mother-in-law, but I disagreed and said that they can stay in a hotel. Now he thinks that we should be more sympathetic to them because they will not stop calling and messaging him to get him to change his mind. I told him that we could make the reservations and pay for it ourselves. I even offered to make meals and buy food for them to have in the room when they get here. Am I the meanie for asking that they stay in a hotel instead of at my house? Okay. Okay. There you go. So, I know my opinion. I'm gonna send out the poll. I'm surprised I'm remembering here. She's offering too much. That's interesting. Okay. I at times think about cutting my family like 80% of my lives. Or once I'm just with the in-laws. Should I ever? Okay. Kind of all I got to pop. Yeah, that makes sense. So personally, I'll wait till it gets halfway through the poll so that everyone can put in their opinions here. Someone give a TLDR because I kind of missed it. So, OP's family has a grandfather that is in the hospital, and OP and her husband live close to the hospital, and the in-laws live far away from the hospital, so the in-laws are trying to stay in the OP's house, but OP doesn't want them to because mother and sister-in-law treat her poorly. Everyone says NTA. I completely agree here. So, Emmy's saying that she's offering too much is really interesting to me because I was saying, you know, originally I was kind of like, okay, well, I understand, you know, despite how much they suck, you can always just lock yourself in the room or something and just, you know, forcing them into a shelter, yeah. 4 hours is rough, for sure. They should definitely stay closer. Especially if they're, you know, that's a great point, Star. So is that most of the true here are bait. More people come for reassurance rather than curiosity. True. So I think what she's offering them, you know, she is that okay. Here, I'll say it from the husband's perspective. So if this was my significant other, I would recognize, okay, yeah, I understand my family as being kind of dodgy, you know, they're being really annoying here, and I know that they've treated you poorly in the past, and I would try my best to be understanding of that. And like OP mentioned, they have a shaky, you know, husband and family have a shaky relationship there. So he should also understand why, you know, why she feels the way that she does. So I think OP is definitely not in the wrong here, and I think that the husband is being manipulated. So that's what I would say here. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law are not being cash, and especially the sister-in-law sending a nasty text message. I can only assume. Great question. Hi, Noah. So especially since the husband is 38, I can only assume that the sister is in a similar age range there, and for her to be acting the way that she is a little bit ridiculous. Now, I don't know why she's reacting the way that she is, but I think it's a big over-exaggeration. Especially at her age, she should be more mature, like a lot more mature than sending a nasty text message because someone's not doing something that you want them to, you know? So, I'm gonna say fast pace, states drive away, expecting someone a house. Exactly. Offering all the food and lodging for an unknown amount of people for an unknown amount of time for people who wanted that plus to stay with you. Need to pay for everything themselves if this grandpa is so important. Okay, that's true. Situation I could understand is if they were like 15 minutes. Yeah, 4 hours is rough. That's like me driving to Flagstaff, you know, that's not, it's an 8-hour drive if you want to go up there and then come back that day, you know, stay closer. You know, I don't know. There could be a big gap there. That's true, but still, let's still. Extended hotels generally are I have no idea. But even looking at this case, right? The OP is going to extended lengths so that they don't stay at her house, and as the husband, he should be able to recognize that and say, hey, I can really clearly tell that you don't want them to stay. I understand that. He should be understanding about that. So I think that the husband, though he's being manipulated, I still feel like he is in the wrong, as well as I think everyone else is except for OP. Alright, Josh, have fun. NTA, why would they stay 4 hours away? Yeah. That's 8 hours round trip, exactly. It's a vacation for them. They will go see Grandpa once in a while and be camped out. The rest of the 6 months they'll be over there. Exactly. We'll give that 1,000, because why not? It's satisfying. Force interaction with OP's husband and to bully OP. Perfect opportunity to meddle in their lives because we're family. That would definitely, they would try to, you know, separate him there. So, you know, you can't guess their true intentions, but I could imagine. And I guess for me, I usually just assume shaky relationship means might as well be strangers. Would you let strangers stay with you? If yes, sure. If not, probably not. Yeah. They're not strangers, may as well be. Yeah. I didn't mean to tab out, but, you know. Okay, there you have it. Okay, this one is a throwaway. Why do you keep doing that? Because like I said, I am not an avid Reddit user, so I constantly forget that clicking over somewhere, because I'm just trying to tab into Chrome, and clicking over here obviously throws it away, and I forget that. So this is a throwaway account. So here you go. Here we go. Here's potential, okay? And also, Noah, just to let you know, we are like Todd said, we are reading situations, and we're determining if OP is the meanie or if somebody else is. So we're looking at this, and this is what the command that Todd sent is our base that we're going with. That's okay, Pedro. I can deal with it. I can find it if I do it, if I tab out of it. Okay. Am I the meanie for leaving my husband and 6-week-old alone for 4 days? Throwaway for obvious reasons. Also, yes, I know I'm probably not the meanie, but my mother-in-law and I have never argued like this in 11 years of knowing her, and I really respect her because of how we met. So I'm really second-guessing if I am being the meanie here. I, 29 female, currently have a 2-week-old daughter. My husband, a 36 male, is currently taking 2 weeks off his 4 paternity weeks that his job offers. In a month, my sister has a big event. Can't really go into specifics as it would become really easy to identify her with a Google search. She's been working towards this for years, and it's almost entirely self-funded. Unfortunately, our mom passed away in November of last year, and Dad is too sick to be around strangers despite New Zealand's low-risk state. I think NZ is New Zealand. I'm going to assume that it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, our brother is stuck in lockdown in Australia, and there's a big question mark over whether he'll be able to go, and that leaves me. So I feel it's really important I go and support her. Due to travel time, the event day itself, and the pre-party the night before, I'll be gone 4 days. My husband is fine with this and regrets not being able to go himself, but given the distance and our daughter's age, we think it would be a bad idea to take the whole family. I already have started setting milk aside. We have friends who are happy to help out in an emergency, and my in-laws live less than 5 minutes away, so I think we are pretty well covered in case of problems. However, my mother-in-law is completely against this. She has said I'm irresponsible for going and that my baby should be more important than my sister's event, and has threatened to cut contact with us if I go. Obviously, this is a huge thing for her, and after she has refused to budge her position for almost a fortnight, I'm now wondering if I really am the meanie. I'm pretty sure we know the answer here, but we're gonna send it anyways. It seems like the mother-in-law thinks very lowly of her son's abilities. That's very good. That is a very good point. I was gonna say it's very true, and that's a very good point, so I said that's a very good true. Where's she going? New Zealand. Why? For her sister. So her sister is having a big event that she's really excited about, but her brother can't go, and her mom passed away. Her dad is at high risk for COVID. So right now, the only person who can go to support them to support her sister is OP, and the mom thinks that OP should stay home and hang out with the kid, and not leave. Sorry, the mother-in-law thinks that the OP should stay with the kid instead of the husband. Derwin says not. I agree. Not. Husband supports, exactly. All that matters is that the husband is fine with it. Not, you're not a child. She's not your mother. She has no say in how you and your husband manage your life and affairs. Everyone's okay with it except her. She can take herself out of the equation as if it's nothing to do with her. Absolutely. She has nothing to do with the situation at all. Why, I don't even know why she was confronted. Kid is 6 weeks old. Yes. Will be. Right now is 2 weeks. Get parenthood is priority, but they should still keep their lives up. Husband fine with it, that's all that matters. Exactly. Exactly. That's a good point, Pedro. Absolutely. I don't know why the mother-in-law was even consulted. There's no reason for her to be consulted. See how long she lasts before she wants to see her grandbaby. Very good point. I think I'd require an apology from her for questioning your parents or parenting abilities. Yeah. Pooperintendent. That's a great name. Or that's a great flair. Tag? I don't know. You think everyone sucks here? Why? The fact that they're prepping over a month and a half in advance for a 4-day trip. Exactly. Tag, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I don't think OP is in the wrong here. I mean, it's a big deal. Her sister's been saving for a super long time, and it's a big deal. Like, I would want to go support my brother if, you know, if he was experiencing something super fun, like super cool. Like, it's, let's say, wedding. You know, I'd want to go to it, even if I had a kid and the kid was at high risk and not high risk, but you know, we didn't want the kid to get sick or anything. And you know, I'd want to be there. Putting myself in this person's shoes, I would. But again, I couldn't say. We're not participating in fundraising because another school trip one. Let's see. Ooh, this one might be interesting. This one. Helpful. Okay. Did you say goodnight? Good night. Alright. Am I the meanie for denying my children's mother the right to see them? They didn't bother putting in any line breaks or anything, so this might be a little bit rough for me. So just letting you know, I might stop a couple times. Okay. I, 23 male, have 2 daughters with my ex, age 7 and 6. We had them when we were young and in high school. Our relationship and staying together wasn't healthy, so we split under amicable, I think is how you pronounce it, terms. I never read that. Let me read it on stream, it'll be fun. I'll pass. No offense. I found out she had a serious drug and alcohol problem. I tried to help her seek treatment, but she wouldn't do it. The final straw was when I went to her home to pick up our girls, as it was my week, and as I walked up, the door was unlocked and my girls were sitting there in soiled clothes while she was passed out, drunk, and had a needle sticking out of her arm in her bedroom. This was when my girls were 3 and 2. So I called an ambulance, they came and got her, and then I called her parents and told them I took our daughters, and they are at my house, and that she wasn't allowed to see them. Fast forward about 9 months later, she came back clean and sober and wanted back into their lives, which I agreed to, but only if someone like her sister or parents were around, because I didn't want a repeat of what happened the last time. Things went well for 2 years for the both of us. I found someone new and had a son with her. He's 2 now, and she got engaged. I lifted the restrictions as she improved greatly and got back to her old self, like we were in high school. When my girls were 6 and 5, her sister called and told me that she has our girls at her house because she went over to my ex's house when it was her time and found her passed out drunk in a pool of her own vomit and a pill bottle in her hand. That was the true last straw for me. I filed for full custody and won, and they haven't seen her since. Now, 2 weeks ago, she called me and said she was clean and sober and she was gonna stay that way and that I could trust her and that she only wanted to see her daughters, and it has been over 2 years since she last saw them. I'm gonna highlight this, so oh my god, my eyes, hold on. This is so hard to read. Just give me a second. Oh, wow. Okay. I told her no, as I didn't want her to be a bad influence on our children and that she had her second chance and she doesn't get another one. She called me every bad name in the book and hung up. Her mom and stepdad called me and said that I am a meanie and that I should treat her with more respect, as she is the mother of my children. But on the other hand, her dad and sister are on my side and have advised me to keep her away from the kids. Her mom and stepdad. Okay, alright. When I called her back a few days later, I straight up told her that she will not be seeing the girls again. Also, the girls ask about her all the time, and I tell them lies about her to make them keep believing in her. But I don't want her to ruin their lives again. So does this make me a meanie for not allowing her to see the girls? Zoom in. That would make it even worse. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, let's make this pull. Oh my god, I just scared myself. I saw my reflection and got scared. I like second chances and stuff, but I don't know how long you can excuse it when kids are in danger. Yeah, so, here's my thing. I think that the parents are doing a bad job. Not the parents here, but the ex's parents. True, Noah. For sure. But for sure, I'm going to say this person is definitely NTA. Definitely, they're fine. And I think that it's kind of terrible for the ex's mother to say that she should be treated with more respect, but she needs to focus on her daughter treating herself with respect. So, Druzag, for sure. NTA. She's serious, she can file for supervised visitation through the courts, and if I were you, I would do everything in your power to make sure that those visits are contingent upon drug tests. Someone outside of her family is a supervisor. Yes. Absolutely. She should barely get... Exactly, Emmy, for sure. You're being naive. You have a court-ordered custody agreement, which means she doesn't need your permission. She just needs to convince a judge to change that agreement. Talk to a lawyer to work out a plan that'll keep your girls safe while making you look good in court. And stop lying to them. You're right. You're right. I feel like the lying thing... Well, here's the thing. They're super young. So thinking about my nieces, right? All of these things about children, I always think about my nieces because they're the closest things I have to kids right now. But how old are they right now? They are 7 and 6. So what I'm saying is I know that when my nieces were that age, they definitely, anything that they heard, they would repeat, you know? And I feel like not every kid is like this, but it's very common for kids that age to... I mean, lots of you guys have seen the video. It was the Vine of a girl who was like, well, my dad has diabetes, you know? And it's really uncomfortable for everybody in the situation if they go to school or something, and they're like, okay, well, tell me about your parents. And they say, okay, well, my dad works at Walmart, and my mom is a drug addict. And she's also an alcoholic, so, you know? I think he should definitely wait until they're a certain age. However, I don't know what kinds of lies he's telling them. I would just try to be very vague about it, you know? In these cases, if I was trying to talk about them, or talk about her, but I wouldn't tell them lies or anything. There you go, Zag. Also, shout out to the timing that you sent that message at. Did I just make that weird? No, it's still formatted the same way. I just need to fix the format a little bit and move it over. There it goes. Okay. I'm not reading that one because I'd get too sad. Very long story short. I'm gonna pass because that probably needs more information. Documenting all the things. No, I can already tell you no. I can already say you no. Deleting a photo of my brother with my violin. Who cares? Oh. Okay, alright. We're gonna read this one. Okay. Am I the meanie for deleting a photo of my brother with my violin? Oh my god, this is gonna be a long read. I'm just really hoping that they are so that I can stop breaking my voice. Okay. I, 22 female, have been playing violin since I was 19 years old. My family is very musically inclined and everyone plays an instrument. However, I took an interest in violin and my parents didn't allow me to play it in fear that I would get bored of it and leave the instrument to collect dust. At 19, I saved up $2,000 to buy a violin and all the equipment needed to play it. I later found out that my mom took my violin and took a photo of my brother, 11 at the time, and posted it on Facebook. For some background, my mom's favorite child is my younger brother, who has ADHD and is in the autism spectrum. She tried to make it a thing that I had to share my violin with him because she wanted him to learn as well. I told her no. This is what I wanted to learn from a very young age, and it's mine. I told her to remove the photo, and she never did. She said she did, but I deleted them off of her social media. I don't know how you managed to do that. Probably just logged in. I don't know. She got really mad at me and threatened to kick me out because of it. Fast forward to now. I've been playing for 3 years and my mom has not shown that she's proud of me at all. I was in the car with her and she asked me to check her phone for a text. I grabbed her phone and saw that photo of my brother with my violin again. I called her out on it and she kept saying, "It's just a photo, no big deal," or "I can do whatever I want with the photo," which angered me. I went on the phone and removed the background and deleted the photo from her album, which made her angry. I told her, "You are proud of a boy that doesn't even play the instrument. And at least make it less obvious who your favorite child is. I spent so many years playing and you don't show that you care." She then kicked me out of the car and I slammed the door behind me. She was now threatening to kick me out again because of my attitude and my jealousy over my brother. Am I the meanie? I just want my mom to notice me. She acts like she doesn't care about me and I honestly just don't ever want to talk to her again if this is how she's been like since the first time I called her out on it. I'm literally the first person in my family to attend university, have the goals to become a doctor, do all these extracurricular activities to make myself someone in society, and she praises my lazy brother who can't even do his grade 8 homework or does everything besides playing video games all day. And her excuse is because she needs to give him more attention due to his ADHD and autism. I personally don't see any autism or ADHD. All I see is a lazy, spoiled little boy who barely lifts a finger and still gets rewarded. Oh god, this is longer than I expected. Edit. For some clarity, she has never posted a single photo of me since she had my younger siblings. I'm from her first marriage, and with her second marriage came my 2 siblings. There aren't even any photos of me from any of my milestones, from graduating high school, playing rugby, in cadets, nothing. Second, my brother has been diagnosed with ADHD, but my mom thinks there's autism in my brother too. Hasn't been diagnosed. Last, whenever I have good news to tell my parents, my mom is the last person to listen. I have to repeat it 3 times and then she'll ask me again 2 weeks later, like as if I didn't tell her. This is where my issues come from because I tried to tell her about what's going on in my life, but she just doesn't listen to me. I've tried therapy and the therapist did this exercise with me to show my love language with my mom, and the therapist said to my mom, "Your daughter needs you to be more present in her life." My mom laughed it off and said she's busy with her job and the 2 children she has to take care of, and I'm not a priority because I'm normal, and walked out of my session and canceled all future ones. True, Emmy, for sure, for sure. So I'm gonna send this poll while I try to form my opinion. This one might be controversial. Let's see. It might not be. Okay, alright. So my personal opinion is everyone sucks here. I clicked the wrong one, okay. You can clarify if you want to, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I would say that everyone sucks here, for sure. Because, again, it is just a picture, but I can see, she's not, it's not her place to delete the picture from her mom's phone. It's difficult, yeah. So it's definitely, most OP is way far from perfect, for sure. And they blaming the brother for having low functioning is so unfair. That's gonna be a part, that whole part of it is gonna be something that I'm going to ignore for sure, because I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to try to avoid that whole topic itself, and just the fact I'm just focusing on the relationship between the mom and the daughter. And there's definitely favoritism going on, as the person has stated. However, I don't think it's her place to decide what the mom keeps and what the mom doesn't keep, and how the mom acts. Obviously, it's up to the mom, and she is picking favorites for sure. Especially after the daughter has expressed that it makes her uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but it makes her upset. The mom should have taken that into consideration when making it her background, specifically that picture, because I would assume that there are more pictures that the mom has of this child, and she just chose to make it the one that the daughter has expressed she doesn't like. So my reason for picking everyone sucks here is because of that, you know. It's definitely not the daughter's place to determine if a picture belongs, you know, just delete it without her permission. That's not cash. But also the mom kind of sucks for number one, picking favorites, but number two, not listening to her daughter. And if you're going to make your phone background a picture of your kids or your kid, make it all of the kids. That's my opinion. If you have two kids, you can make one, you know, together, whatever. But if you have more than two kids, that's not cool. So, I agree, Corey. So, yeah, I think this one's gonna be an ESH here. They didn't say. They're supposed to say, but they didn't say their opinion. NTA. Live your life and stop living it for the simple of getting attention for your mom. There's so much more out there. Mom sounds like your mom. Sounds like she knows she favors your brother and doesn't care. She didn't kick you out of the car for calling her out on her behavior. Rather, she kicked you out because you deleted a photo. True. NTA, NTA, NTA. Everyone says NTA here. Maybe, huh. Oh, I was just gonna close it. I was. On the floor? Probably hair. I don't know. Good night. Leaning towards NTA, the daughter knew there were issues and tried to get them resolved. True. But again, if I had somebody, you know, check something on my phone for me and delete something that I clearly care about, then I wouldn't be happy, you know? So I don't blame the mom for feeling the way that she does. And it's definitely not a cash move to uh it's not a cash move to delete it. So I'm also not going to make assumptions on the person because you guys are shouting ableism, and I understand that. However, the situation that they're talking about is deleting the photo. She's not talking about her brother. She's not talking about the way that her mom treats her, or she's talking about the way that her mom treats her, but she's not making it specific to how am I supposed to say this? She does mention the ADHD and the autism thing, but the whole point of it is asking, in this specific case, in this very specific case, photo of brother with violin. She deleted it. That's what we're talking about. So yes, I think that she is. I also think that the mom is overreacting. So I would say everyone does. So that's why my assumption is ESH and not just YTA or anything. The mom did use it's just a picture card, which after already knowing it was problematic, it's kind of weird. Yeah, so for sure, if my daughter approached me and said, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, this is my thing and you're not supposed to take it, and you did, you know, I'm catching you red-handed and that's not cool. And I would appreciate it if you just didn't, you know? Yeah. So, I would say ESH, but it's interesting that nobody else agrees. That everyone says NTA. Let's see if I can find anybody that says ESH. Yeah, here we go. Oh, -16. Let's see. You know that erasing photos from your mom's phone and keep moaning about how she doesn't like you as much as a small brother, about how she doesn't make you feel appreciated, won't ever make her life or like you more or feel proud of you. Okay, yeah, this person's not approaching it well. Oh, okay. Didn't mean to click twice. Oh, God. Mom more so, but it was petty removing a picture from her phone. So many people disagree. Her mom not being proud of you is pretty awful, as well as her obvious favoritism. I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. However, you're an adult in your 20s, your mom's toxic, and you're becoming her. Get out of the house or put up with this. I guess we just have a hot take here. Man. Okay. Oops. I was on this other person's replies. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Nope. That's not where we were. This is where we were. Okay. Let me finish this ice cube. There was one that I wanted to read. Okay, I guess not. We're saying how now, brown cow? Uh-oh. This one doesn't, okay, we can see 49 upvotes. Okay, let's see. Am I the meanie for saying how now, brown cow work? A bit of background on the phrase, how now, brown cow. I've heard it for most of my life, 32 male, and it's a phrase used in children's books to teach ow vowels sounds, but also means what's up and how are you. Today at work, I work at a home improvement store. I greeted a coworker I thought I was friendly with. I said, how now, brown cow, and they reported me for being racist. I said this just plain and simple like a friendly hello than when walking into work, no malice. Did more research on phrase, and I still find the origin to be the children's book for vowels. Am I the meanie? Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I'm. Oh, people said yes. They said yes. Oh wow. Soft YTA. Oh boy. Poll? Is this one gonna? Is this needed? I mean, I guess we can make a poll. I just thought this was assumed no, but oh wow. However, as a 32-year-old person, you should know better than to greet people like that. Simple hello is hi. You're not a grade school teacher greeting your students. You're an adult. Doesn't matter how friendly you are at work. Lean towards semi-professional language. True. Yeah, everyone's saying no. Yeah, that's weird. This poor guy. There you have it. We're getting NTAs and NAHs. Okay. Anyways, being against my fiance, always giving away money to her sister. I'm gonna say no, probably. Not giving paternal grandmother visitation. I confronted people when they ask me about having kids. Feel a little bit better if a coworker looked it up or asked, but I understand. Yeah, but I thought they reported maliciously, but bro, what a way to start the day. I mean, they said they reported him. I don't know. I think that's rough. I guess we'll see what the management says there. I hope we get an update for that because that's something. I mean, they thought that they were cool with them, you know? Oh, it's Pokemon time, I guess. This is not Pokemon. This is Smash. My bad. Complimenting our flatmate. Let's see this one. This one sounds interesting. Oh, they used the name Phoebe. Oh, sweet. Okay, alright. Am I the meanie for complimenting our flatmate? They're gonna spell some things weird here. Okay, let's see. This is more of an are we the meanies, but you get the picture. I, 20 male, live with 5 flatmates. Matt, 21 male, Alex, 20 male, Joe, Mama, 19 male, Jess, 20 female, and Phoebe, 20 female. It was university, so none of us knew each other before, but I feel that we all mostly get along. I'm assuming that means get along. I'm sorry, I'm burping. Okay. When we moved in, we found out that us guys all had a lot in common. Rugby, football, gaming, etc, so we're all mates. Jess, although she didn't like sports, is the sweetest girl and got to know us, and we obviously did as well. did her as well. We tried chatting with Phoebe, but she would always shut us down, which fair enough, not everyone is interested in being friends, mates. But this led to a kind of weird situation where 5 of us are really close with one just on the side. Now I gotta admit, Jess is very attractive, which obviously you've all noticed. The obviously there's throwing me off. Anyways, I'm trying to describe her without being creepy. There you go. But it's relevant, so I'm just trying my best here. She's very much in shape. She's a dancer and just basically conventionally a very good-looking girl. She's also really shy and kind, and us guys look out for her because we feel kind of protective over her. Phoebe is not conventionally attractive. God, imagine reading this and you're Phoebe, bro. I'm not either, and we're not treating them different because of their looks. It's because one of them is our mate and the other doesn't want to be. With this protectiveness, Jess has mentioned that she has had an eating disorder in the past, and Matt's cousin did as well, so he knows a bit about it, but the rest of us were useless. Alex did some research and found out that it's easy to fall back into, and basically we don't want her to do that. So we decided to compliment her. Whenever she does her hair in a fancy way, we'll mention that it looks nice, or she wears a lot of dresses, so we'll say she looks good. Just trying to make her feel good and stuff. We hadn't mentioned it, but always smile and said thanks, so we thought we were doing good. Phoebe told us a few weeks ago that Jess told her that she hated it because she felt like we didn't, or like we wanted her to be skinnier or something, which was the opposite of what we wanted, so we stopped. Didn't mention it to her, but Joe bought her round as a sorry when we went out. Okay. You guys can't see all of it, so I'll just scroll down. We've noticed that she's been stressed these last few weeks and upset, so we were a bit worried about her. Last week we had a fair bit to drink, and when the others had gone to bed, she broke down a bit and asked me why we had stopped and if it was her or something. Turns out she had never said anything to Phoebe about it, and it did help her. When I told the guys this, they were furious, and we started it back up again. She's smiling a lot more again, and we're all happy because we thought we had made it awkward, but we're all good. Phoebe is not happy. Whenever she hears us compliment Jess, she always glares at us or makes a noise. I told one of my friends about it, and she said that Phoebe is basically jealous and stopped complimenting Jess in front of her, but none of us want to do that. Okay. Complimenting our flatmate. Okay, slash poll. Everyone sucks here, not any. Okay. Talk to Phoebe? Phoebe is not the one to talk to, bro. Oh, someone went with an ESH. I want to hear from you, whoever said that. I'm gonna say NTA for sure. Phoebe sucks here. Especially number one with the lie. And I mean, I get that she's jealous, but my God, like, you gotta think about Jess, right? That was me. Okay, Star, would you like to tell us about why you chose what you chose? But yeah, definitely talking to Phoebe. Or just waiting it out, you know? Reason down Badman. You think OP sucks for complimenting their roommate? Okay, alright. NTA, living someone who has an eating disorder and commenting on their appearance is not typically recommended by mental health professionals, for sure. Slippery slope and a horrible thing to base your drama around. Your jealousy should not go into mental health lines of the other people, yeah. So I just want to clarify really fast. I just wanted to see something. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. I know you meant well, but a group of male roommates complimenting a female roommate because she has an eating disorder is manipulative. And it has a really obvious potential to backfire, especially since it sounds like you're all attracted to her. Also kind of narrow-minded to think an eating disorder can be fixed with compliments from guys who like your body. You basically trained her to expect your compliments to the point that she falls apart when she doesn't get them, which is not setting her up for stability and self-confidence. Facts. Compliment was with good intent. Was it true? Just said the girl wasn't the best looking. If she reads this, her self-esteem. Yeah. They could afford to have complimented Phoebe too. True. If it's helping, it's helping. You're right. I think I'm gonna stick with NTA. However, what this person states is true. And this is important. They did star, but they didn't to Phoebe's face. That's the thing. If they did to Phoebe's face, then it would definitely be a different situation, but they didn't. It could become an issue after learning it did help, and the person saying that all the boys were protective over her makes it seem like a big brother kind of group. Yeah, for sure. Now I gotta think about if I was in Jess's shoes, right? Because lots of my friends are dudes, and if I've ever been in this big brother kind of group kind of thing. Not really, actually, now that I think of it. I have a couple friends that I would consider big brothers, but it's never been a situation like that. You know? It's kind of, it's difficult here for me here. Here. Probably making her feel, what, Phoebe? Yeah, for sure, but also Phoebe's not really putting in an effort to be their friend. You know, it's like, think of it like this. So you're complimenting a friend versus complimenting a stranger. So the friend would be Jess and the stranger would be Phoebe. So not complimenting Phoebe, she shouldn't, you know, I think Phoebe is definitely in the wrong here because she can't expect compliments from somebody that she's not even putting effort towards being friends with them, you know? So that's why I feel like Phoebe, you know, sucks for sure here. And then your youngest sibling in your family, okay? Even though I treat my nieces like sisters, but yeah. Someone who pretty much has all male friends. If I was in this situation, I'd be ecstatic about all the compliments, especially if this was like several years ago when I was self-conscious about my parents. Yeah. For sure. Oh my god. What I would have done to get compliments back in 2017. I was going through it, my friends. I was going through it. It's like sitting at a different table in the lunchroom, barging in on the conversation. Yeah. Treat her like a friend and a roommate, and not like a very good-looking girl. Facts. That's true. It's not your job to keep her mind and body healthy. She is a friend. I put all that stuff in because the girl I spoke to about it said it was relevant. What I'm saying is that focusing on complimenting her body is not ultimately going to be beneficial for someone who has struggled with an eating disorder because it emphasizes that's where her self-worth is. That's true. That last part is true. What would I do to get compliments at any point? Vouch. Not vouch, but retweet. That's true. This guy makes a good point. This one's definitely 50-50 for me, but I think I'm gonna sit with NTA here. Talked about how she did. Good intentioned mistake. Yeah, well-intentioned mistake. I can't say that. Well-intentioned mistake. Good. Yeah. Let's see. Everyone sucks here. It's attractive and Phoebe isn't. Then you say you don't treat them any differently because of it. How you feel protective of Jess because she's pretty and shy. You all like Jess because she's pretty and shy. What's your description of Phoebe? That she isn't conventionally attractive and she shut you down. It's really hard for her to have a conversation with you because you don't share any interest and you're not making any effort. Well, she's not making any effort either. Doesn't sound like she shut you down. It sounds like she's just not being pushy and forcing herself into the clique you formed. It doesn't sound like you're just not mates with her. It sounds like you're not interested in getting to know her because she's not cute. I didn't get those vibes. I really didn't. Well, OP replied, the thing is we did make an effort with her. We asked her about the cartoon characters that she likes because she wears a lot of t-shirts with them on. Musical Joe loves Les Mis, so we tried to talk with her. Jess asked if there were any society she wanted to join and they could go, but everything we did she would just get dismissed. I thought they said that that Jess was shy, not Phoebe. Jess is attractive. Phoebe's not. Where's the word shy? I know they mentioned it. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. I mean, yeah, they're saying that Jess is shy here. I think they should have gone to more educated people before and just going for compliments galore. It became something she relied on. The eating disorder could have potentially come back because of them. Baby sucked for lying. Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't say, I'd say that they're trying to put in an effort here. And not trying, you know, they weren't trying to be rude. They were trying to help. And though they didn't approach it the best way, they were still trying. And I don't think that they're in the wrong for that. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna do one more because my throat is starting to hurt. College boys, and it's kind of the nicest thing you could have expected from them, for sure. Trying something out without, or with a good mindset. Yeah. Oh. Well, this one's verified, or just been tagged as one, so let's read it as our last one and just see what they have to say. Okay. Oh, sorry. Am I the meanie for cutting up a task book my girlfriend made because I found it insulting? Oh boy. I, 27 male, dated my girlfriend, 26 female, for almost 3 years before we moved in together a few months ago. We have been fighting about chores the whole time so far while things were great before. It first started when she'd interrupt me and make requests for what I could do to help her that day. Okay, no problem. I can help. I did dishes and took out the garbage and stuff. I'm not a slacker. Eventually, I was mad at her interrupting me so much in the day and we fought. So her solution the next day was to make a list of chores pinned inside the closet, and she said, whenever I can help, just check the list and do anything on it. I already felt it. Then I was treading on over-controlling roommate territory. She can be very fussy and likes stuff tidier than me, and I didn't want to fight, so I agreed. Even though she asked for minimum 1 chore a day, as if I'm an employee, and this isn't my home as well to relax after work. After a few weeks, she was still coming to tell me how I do chores wrong and making more requests. I said I don't like being interrupted for chores all day, and it's bad for my mental health, and she said she doesn't like living in a dirty apartment for her mental health. It isn't dirty, just not flawless. Which also annoyed me because it's our home and she insulted it, and we fought about that as well. She ended up printing out a whole book. It has sections with sticky tabs and extremely overly specific instructions like if you clean the toilet, use X products, we keep paper towels under the sink, and cleaning stuff on the first shelf in the pantry, and make sure you scrub under the bowl with the brush and flush afterwards and check the floor, whatever. Make sure you use disposable cloths. And just that for literally pages of step-by-step instructions. She said, use this book when you have time for chores and I won't come bother you. Obviously, it was insulting because she gave me this stupid manual that she clearly spent time on writing. She doesn't need it, but I do apparently. And it treats me like a literal child or idiot who can't do anything without hand-holding or lectures. I thought I was moving in with a girlfriend, not a manager. In the moment, I just cut it up with scissors and threw it in the trash. So after that, we fought again. She thinks I'm being unreasonable, and I think she's being a micromanager. I think we have problems, but it isn't the chores. Was I a meanie for ruining her work in this situation when I literally never even asked for that project she chose to do? The edit is not important. Okay, alright, let's see. Oops. Bonk. Okay, start poll. Let's see. Oh, this one's controversial. I like that. Okay, alright. So we got I'll just wait for it to go through and then I'll read the results here. But definitely I would agree with the ESH here. So, boyfriend overreacted, girlfriend overdid it. So, yeah, in a way. So, definitely, I'll start with the girlfriend. So, the girlfriend, I feel, he mentioned, where did he mention it? You're still coming to tell me how I do chores wrong and making more requests. So the girlfriend, they should break up, honestly. I disagree, but all right, we got 3 for ESH, 1 for YTA, and 1 for NTA. So, here's my thing. So, as Emmy said, yes, I agree. Everybody has different definitions of clean, and personally, I mean, I'd show you guys my room right now and say that it's clean. It's definitely not, and I know that, because my parents have a different definition of clean than I do, and it's really, it's important for couples who will be living together to determine what is clean and what's not, and these two definitely have different ideas as to what is clean and what isn't. So why didn't she do the chores herself? I would not want to clean my house all myself, ever. For the love of God, living in a house or an apartment with somebody else, it's like, think of it like your parents ask you to do chores because they also don't want to clean the entire house. They clean their section, you clean your section, and you need to work together. It's important working together. Miss promised it all started when they moved in together, and stopped hinting that they can't work things out when they live together. Well, they've only been living together for a couple months, or a few months, so they have time. They have time, but I agree. There was no reason for her to print out this entire manual. I liked the idea of her printing out the little paper to put on the closet of things that need to be done. As long as she is also checking things off of that list, he needs to be doing it as well, because I don't think it's fair to just have one person cleaning and the other person just sitting around and doing nothing, right? So I definitely, that's why I go with ESH, and it was not cool of him. Number one, it's not cool of this guy to not do the chores. He said that he would, but doing chores all day is bad for his mental health, but she said minimum 1 chore a day, right? You're not going to be doing chores all day. So, I think that's a little ridiculous. Also, him cutting it was not cash, because I literally never even asked for that project she chose to do. Think of that like if you give her a wedding ring and her saying no, he would be like, I'm sorry, why? But she never asked you to propose, did she? That's the same logic. I mean, it's a lot more, deep than cutting up a big piece, a big book, but it's the same vibe, definitely over the top, but at the same time, swaying over your partner, complaining that you don't do enough when 1 chore a day takes like 10 minutes at best is indeed really, yeah. I feel like the writer's bias is bigger than usual, for sure, and that's why I think a lot of people say YTA for this one. I'm the same type of guy to say, I'm sorry you didn't like this thing I did for you, but I did it and you need to love me for that. Exactly, yeah. But for this case, specifically for him, in the context of him cutting the task book, he definitely YTA. But she didn't need to make it, so she is also TA, therefore ESH. And that's only just to answer this guy's question, this specific topic, ESH. However, looking deeper into the rest of the story, I would still say that ESH, however, more leaning toward the OP being more so. Because the girlfriend's just trying to get stuff done. She's just trying to clean, And yes, it was petty for her to make the book. However, is the dude even gonna do it if she doesn't do that? You know, because I don't know. We don't get her side of the story, so we don't get to know if she. I don't know where I was going with that, but just realized he was almost 30. Yes, both of them are, and he's being lazy. And I don't know if she works. He didn't mention, but if they both work, it's definitely ridiculous of him to say that he would be coming from home from work and doing chores, because she would also be doing the same thing. Chore schedule in the pantry. Once I move out, I might actually do that. Yeah. I would hope it would never come down to that for me. And I would hope that I would be able to communicate with roommates that, hey, this stuff needs to be done. And, you know, let's get that done, you know? But who knows? I wouldn't do it if she didn't make it ridiculously clear about what she wants. Yeah. Probably events of sorts. They both definitely have a lot bottled up. They need to talk more than anything, for sure. Rather than fight, they need to talk. So you don't like it when she asks you to help because it interrupts you. You don't like when she makes lists. You don't listen to her instructions, but also don't want her to write the instructions. Have you considered that you are in fact a slacker? Since apparently I'm at the top, I'll add judgment. YTA. Thank you. Destroying property is a sign of abuse. Facts. If you think she's being critical and controlling, asking him to clean, you should read this post we're on. Is it more controlling behavior to make someone be your maid so you can play video games? Interesting. YTA. Let's see, let's look for the next original post here. Ooh, let's see this one. Typical patriarchy. I've always had it their way. If a woman tries to achieve an equal workload in the partnership, she's mental, interfering, nagging, etc. That's why I say that's why she shouldn't have to do it herself, and that's why they should do it together. Reality is chores sucks, and they don't want to do it. Women don't usually enjoy doing chores either, but we're mature enough to know that you have to grit your teeth and get on with it because it needs to be done. My observation that even men who claim to be for equality and who elicit praise for helping their partner at home are still sexist deep down. They might believe that they are treating women equally, but they have usually grown up being catered to by their mom or grandma. They hold a subconscious belief that the household chores, childcare, and so on are a woman's domain, and he is fabulous if he helps out a bit. I also believe that many men have learned that they can get away with not doing the chores if they either keep saying later, later, or stop nagging, or they grudgingly do the chores in a half way, because they know that their partner will get fed up with their incompetence around the house and do it herself. And put the idea of men deliberately doing housework badly to avoid in the future to several men in my friend and family circle. Much to my surprise, most of them admitted that they do this because they're lazy and don't like chores or want to game instead. Way to go, boys. Yeah. And I feel that here for sure. There's this guy is just lacking. This person is based. Absolutely, yes. I made up my mind about this guy when he said he didn't mind helping. It's clear to me he's decided that housework is not his responsibility, but he'll begrudgingly and graciously helped with one job a day. Very true. He's not ready to take care of himself and really wants to be taken care of. To be fair, he has much lower cleaning standards than his partner, which is something they need to work out, but his attitude sounds juvenile to me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That. Exactly that. Yes. Okay. But still, ESH, more so this guy. More so OP being the meanie here. But, ugh, that was something. Well, there you go, Todd. I don't even know if you're here because you haven't really participated in the conversation, but there's your person making a fool out of themselves. It's over there. So, when I first started, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you listened to it or not, but there's always a VOD for you. Investigation into some stuff. Okay, yeah, for sure. I did? Okay, alright. Hard to say at what point it's being immature and when she's just rightfully had enough. Yeah. So I hope that they can work it out, and I hope, I mean, maybe if I keep an eye on that, we can find an update, you know? We can do a little, I'll do a stream, like, next week and check and see if we got any updates for things. So, Alien Gathering, thank you for looking at my chatterino. Alright, cool. I need to finish this essay short story so I don't have to go to summer school tomorrow. Alright, have fun. Best of luck. A cameo. You guys have been making cameos this whole time. Anyways, I'm gonna go see if somebody is live. I know Sammy just ended stream, so I will not be able to raid Sammy. See, look, users joined. Look, it's Pedro. Sammy ended, like, very recently, so. Sanj. Okay. I received a message. Title playing Jackbox. I actually want to raid Death God Shidu because they are the person that I raided after my second training. It wasn't actually my second 24-hour stream. It was my... What was I gonna say? After a year of streaming. So I haven't rated them in half a year. So let's do it. Okay, I don't know what the emote is, but I hope it's a good one. Alright, my friends. I'm going to end. Also, I would very much appreciate if you guys did say hi to Streamer after my stream. They're playing Knockout City, so I heard it's an interesting game. I haven't seen any playthrough of it though, so I'm gonna be probably watching. I'm very tired and might have a headache, but I will try to stick around for a little bit, so I'd appreciate it if you guys could say hi. Alright, thank you guys very much for coming out to my stream today. Tell somebody you love, making your friend be kind. I will see you guys tomorrow. No idea what I'm streaming tomorrow. Today is a Wednesday, so tomorrow is a Thursday, and on Thursdays I do movie nights, so I'll see what I can do. Alright. Friday movie night. Oh my god, it is. Send your suggestions in movie chat. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.